Hi, and welcome back to Cooking with CRU. Today we're going to be whipping up an incredible dish with pork tenderloin using our CRU Pinot spices, as well as a side of polenta and a delicious corn salad. Let's get started. For our polenta, we're going to be using 1 cup of polenta, 4 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, and a teaspoon of our CRU Pinot Noir spice, and maybe a pinch of salt. To get started, take the 4 cups of water and bring it to a boil. Once the water is boiling, add 1 cup of polenta and slowly start to whisk it until the consistency is pretty thick and you don't have any lumps. Go ahead and reduce the heat to a low simmer. We're going to be stirring the polenta every 5 minutes or so until the polenta mixture is too thick to whisk. Before we cook the pork, we're going to add a healthy dash of the CRU Pinot Noir spice to each side. We want to give the pork time to absorb the spices, as well as the spice get a little moisture and reduce the risk of burning when we put it in the oven. So while that is marinating, we're going to get started on a really fun twist on a traditional Mexican dish called Esquites, which is like a street corn that you can find in Mexico. All you're gonna need are 3 ears of corn, 1 tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, 1 cup of queso fresco, 1 lime, and 2 tablespoons of our CRU Pinot Noir spice. To get started, we're gonna rub all of the corn down with some just traditional butter, any butter will work, and then sprinkle on the Pinot Noir spice. You can either grill this, which is the right and traditional way to do it. I love the smoky flavor that will actually come off the barbecue. It really works well with the Pinot Noir. But since I didn't have time to do that today, I'm gonna go ahead and grill these in the oven at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. I think it's time for some wine. So today I'm gonna be opening our 2017 CRU Pinot Noir. One of the really unique things about our Pinot Noir is where the grapes actually come from. Our Pinot Noir is harvested from 3 unique vineyards in the Willamette Valley in Oregon: the Domaine Daniel Laurent Vineyard, the Shea Vineyard, and the Highland Estate. The CRU Pinot Noir has lush red cherry, plum, dried rose petal, and damp forest floor on the nose. Precise oak influence adds sandalwood and tree notes to the complexity, with hints of earthiness and silk-like creamy texture. A firm tannin and acid balance weaves this complex wine together. A velvety texture and mouthfeel, with hints of savory spice, truffle, and forest floor that balances impeccably with the notes of fresh fruit and mineral tones. Pork and Pinot Noir share a sweet, succulent, and smoky undertone. The brightness of the acidity and the medium tannins and the velvety texture of our Pinot Noir complement the pork's fatty cut perfectly. Let's go ahead and check on our corn. You're going to want to brown this and toast it the same way you would get it if it was on the barbecue. I'm going to flip mine, throw them back in the oven, and we're going to pull them out in about 10 minutes. While you let your corn rest for a little bit so it's not as hot to touch, go ahead and take a sip of that delicious Pinot Noir. Now that our corn has had a minute to rest, we're going to go ahead and cut it off the cob. One of the reasons that we picked this corn dish to pair with our Pinot Noir is the nutty and sweetness that comes out of the corn mixed with fatness from the butter and the Pinot spice creates really an incredible pairing with our Pinot Noir. So now we're going to get started on our dressing. In a bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and a cup of your queso fresco. What I really love about these particular ingredients is they're kind of fatty and creamy, which go super well with the Pinot. Then we're gonna add a little bit of lime zest and a little bit of lime juice. I really love how this brought out the brightness in the wine, but you definitely don't have to add it if you don't want. Go ahead and give that a really good mix, and then we're gonna throw it into our fresh corn that we've had sitting on the side. Once you've incorporated everything, it'll be nice and chunky with that gorgeous queso fresco. Really coat all of the corn well. We're gonna be adding in the amazing CRU seasonings. The CRU Pinot Noir spice is blended to celebrate the lush cherry, plum, dried rose petals, and toffee notes of our CRU Pinot Noir. The ingredients in this stunning red seasoning are coriander, bell pepper, paprika, shallots, smoked pepper, and a proprietary blend of spices. Now that your corn salad is finished, go ahead and put it in a bowl. We're going to be keeping this in the refrigerator until we serve it, but I'm going to top mine with a little extra Pinot Noir spice. Now it's time to cook our pork. We've been marinating this now for about an hour in the CRU Pinot Noir spices. Let's have a quick sip of our Pinot and get started. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 375. We're going to be searing this pork tenderloin on both sides in a cast iron skillet and then finishing it off in the oven. You can use any type of pan that you have as long as it's oven safe. On medium heat, go ahead and add about 1 tablespoon of your CRU olive oil. We're going to be searing this pork tenderloin on both sides for about maybe 4 to 5 minutes on each side until it's nice and brown, and then we're going to put it in the oven to finish cooking for about 10 minutes. While your pork tenderloin is in the oven, let's go over and finish our polenta. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of butter, really letting that melt and fold into the polenta before I add a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. The fat from the butter and the cheese mixed with the nuttiness from this polenta is the perfect pairing with Pinot Noir. It really mixes well with the velvety structure of the mouthfeel and the fruitiness and complexity that Pinot Noirs usually have. There's a couple cool things you can do with polenta. One cool thing you can do is actually take this mixture when it's soft like this, pour it into a cake dish, pop it out and throw it on your barbecue. This is going to give you that smoky flavor that's going to go great with Pinot Noir, and it's also going to go great with your pork. The other thing that you can do, which we actually did, and I put at the end of this video, is you can pour this polenta when it's nice and soft like this into a dish that is a mold or anything like that and pop it out. It really doesn't change the profile of the flavor as much as it just looks cool on the plate. When your polenta gets nice and creamy like that, you're totally done. Let's head over to the oven, pull out our pork, and get dinner on the table. dinner now. I cannot tell you how incredible my kitchen smells right now. It is unbelievable. We're just gonna add a little bit of polenta, a couple pieces of pork, and then go get our corn salad out of the refrigerator and just put a little bit on the side. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I wish you could smell the aromas of this incredible dish. It is amazing. If you would like to see more from Vineyard 29, please check out our Instagram at Vineyard 29. We post every single Sunday on our IGTV, as well as our YouTube channel, and over on our website at vineyard29.com. Until next time, cheers.